The only reason I can think we're pushing for the need to have smart guns could be for no other reason other than the Democrats trying to push another hidden agenda. Again, if your firearm, and I cannot stress this enough, if your firearm can be linked to your smartphone with your data and information on your phone, which we now know that is constantly being tracked, processed, and spied on by our own government, big data, right, is what they call it, constantly being spied on through our smartphone, through our social media, etc., what we research, you name it. Who's to then to say, now, if this is linked to your firearm, who's to say that they just won't shut off your gun because, you happen to be a conservative and you will not comply with their tyranny? Who's to say that? You say, oh, you're an enemy of the Democrat Party now. You're an enemy of the Biden regime. Now you don't get to use your guns. If there was ever a situation where they thought, we would have to shut them off, cut off their ability to use their guns. And think about this. If they can remove, and we've said it time and time again, if they can remove a sitting president, Donald Trump, from all of his social media, they could certainly do far worse to us. That's extremely obvious by now. This whole thing is a setup. I think it's a complete Trojan horse, and they're hoping that we are just dumb enough to fall for it. We've unknowingly already built profiles on ourselves for the government on our social media. So think about it. Every time you've ever posted like, let's go Brandon, Trump 2024, I've had enough of rhinos, anything pro-America, America first values that would label you as a conservative, we are indirectly, unknowingly, building our own profile for the government that we now know they just spy on us all the time for. And now think about it this way. In that case, then, it's very easy for them to go, oh, so these are the conservatives. Let's shut them off. As well as if the smartphone is always reporting to, anytime you use it, is always beaming a signal and reporting to what, they call the mothership, well, guess what then? With it now being linked to your firearm, we just indirectly built a national gun registry for the federal government now. And think about it. If for some reason the smart gun was to be mandated, because this is certainly a possibility, and all other guns were then outlawed, and say, well, you got to give us your other guns. And by the way, I think they do it in such a way to say, oh my gosh, we love smart guns. Smart guns are awesome. It's sort of like James Bond technology here. It's super cool. It's gonna have more gadgets, more attachments, whatever you want to put on this smart gun. It's gonna be awesome. And you know what? We're gonna do it for like half the cost. Right now, it costs about the same. But I'm saying they're gonna probably try to push for that moving forward. I don't doubt that for a second. And they're trying to say this is the coolest thing we've ever had, right? So they'll outlaw the other guns through, and how could they do it? Well, what have we seen now? Radical executive orders from the moron that we have in office right now, Joe Biden, or an order from an extremely politicized ATF through somebody like Chipman, like Biden just tried to appoint as the head of the ATF. With those two things, I really think this is very, very obtainable for the Democrat Party right now, because for years the left has been pushing to try and take away our Second Amendment. And I think right now what they're doing is saying, look, we've tried time and time again. There's just absolutely no way these people are going to give up their firearms, shall not be infringed, right? No way they're going to give up their Second Amendment. So fine, you can have your Second Amendment, but we're going to control when it does not work. Think about that. They have the ability to do that now with a smart gun. If it's linked to your smartphone, they can shut you off. Have your Second Amendment, but we're in control of when it works.